2 inches an hour in Boston, which is a lot of snow. New York's governor has declared a state of emergency, and now many places in the region are running out of salt to put on their roads. For a look at what's behind all this extreme weather in America and also around the world, I spoke a short time ago with Robert Marshall. He's the founder and CEO of Earth Networks. He joined me from Atlanta. Robert Marshall, it certainly seems like here in the northeast of the United States anyway, that we are having an extreme series of weather patterns. Are these anomalies or is this part of a trend?
Well, I think it is a part of a trend of seeing a greater number of severe weather events. And, you know, this particular winter season, it happens to be some cold weather events. But overall, I think we can expect to see many more severe weather events. That's heat and drought and floods and, you know, in this case, we're seeing severe weather, winter weather events.
Okay, I suppose the million-dollar question is this all part of climate change?
Well, I think it's consistent with climate change. I think, you know, as we continue to pump greenhouse gases into the atmosphere and the globe continues to warm, you're going to expect to see more extreme events, and sometimes that means even cold events like we're seeing this winter.
So it's not global warming, it's climate change that we should be referring to. But some people, of course, as you well know, say that we can't extrapolate from just a few individual weather events and that these could just be a combination of bad luck, things happening all at the same time, and we can't necessarily then say this is definitely the result of the world warming.
No, that's right. You can't attribute any one snowstorm or any one hurricane to climate change. You simply can't do that. I mean, climate, you know, what we're experiencing there has to be looked at over many decades. Really, you talk in terms of 30-year time frames. And what we're seeing when you look at those time frames is that the number of severe weather events are increasing. Generally, we're seeing a lot more heat waves than you are cold waves. You're seeing a lot more floods and a lot more droughts. And that's what we're talking about with climate. It's over decades, not any one season or any one storm.
And Robert, this is true globally, not just the United States.
Yeah, there's no question. We are seeing, you know, massive severe weather events all over the globe. I mean, from the typhoon that hit the Philippines to the flooding in Rio de Janeiro to, you know, you name it. I mean, there is catastrophic severe weather events happening all over the globe. And I think the key is to for the people to understand that this is something that is happening on an increased frequency. So, and that's really what climate change is. Again, no one event. It's just that trend of more and more events that are severe over time. Okay,
so you're down in Atlanta attending this conference of meteorologists looking specifically at these severe weather events. What are people down there saying we can do to stop this trend?
Well, I mean, that's a great question, and the fact is it is happening, so what can we do? And we've really got to continue to improve the science. We've got to get more sensors out there. We need to collect more data. We have to be able to provide increased warnings for severe weather. I mean, lives are at stake and economies are at stake, so we've got to provide more advanced warnings so communities can become more resilient to the weather that they're going to see.
Okay, Robert Marshall from Atlanta, thanks very much for joining me.
Great to be here. Thank you.
It is certainly a winter of wacky weather. You're watching BBC World News American, still to